Hi, I'm Taryn and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and if you're new, I make a lot of skincare focused beauty content as well as fashion and life content. If that interests you, please be sure to check out my other videos, like this video, and subscribe. This week's comment of the week is from Jonah or John. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. And this is on my little update on my hair video that I did. It was like 2 minutes. And it says, "Oh, you're stunning." Thank you so much for this comment, and you are stunning as well. I really do like this cut, and we will talk more about it in this video. And then also I'll do 2 comments of the week because they're both on the same videos. And this other comment is from Taz, and she also has her own YouTube channel. She recently moved to Alaska, so she's been documenting that on her YouTube channel, so check that out. And her comment is, "OMG, it looks so beautiful. Thank you so much, Taz, and I hope you're doing well. I need to touch you." I wanted to make this video because there are not a lot of curl cut or curly cut videos on YouTube with people that have a similar texture to my hair, or that are not the diva cut curl or like the Rizzo or Rezzo curl cut videos. So this is a curl cut or curly cut. I'm almost 100% sure that the stylist I went to is trained with the Cut It Kinky specialization. I'm not really sure how to frame that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So like I mentioned, I found the hairstylist. I'm not sure if I saw her on Twitter, if I went through like a directory. There is a directory of different curl specialists that are trained in that Cut It Kinky method of cutting the hair, which I don't think is like, I don't think they call it like a Cut It Kinky cut. I think it's just a curl cut or a curly cut. I don't think it has like a, I don't want to say like a gimmick attached to it, but I don't want to say it's like a name for it. I think it's just like people that are kind of trained in that method of cutting and styling natural hair. I will put a link to the directory in the description box, and it goes by state which stylists are available to do your hair in that way. And I know personally in South Carolina, there is one in Columbia and then another person in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I will also put social media links to Nyquetta, who is the one that did my hair. She is typically found at Brown Sugar Curl Salon on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, I believe. But I will put links to everything in the description box so you have that direct link to get there. So let's get into why I wanted a curl cut. So I've really been tired with my hair, and my hair has been like really hard for me to detangle and just to maintain throughout the week. And I knew that I probably needed a haircut because I hadn't gotten one since, you know, we're in the pandemic and a lot of people weren't taking on new clients, and some stylists I know like aren't doing hair anymore at this point. And so I just knew it was time for me to get my hair done professionally, and I knew that going into it I would probably desperately need a haircut. So I've been on Twitter. I follow a lot of different natural hair specialists, and one that I saw kept talking about like let the mullet go, and I was like, I've seen pictures of the back of my head and I definitely see what she's talking about. So I was like, looked into that. And then I also saw that she was based in Charleston, South Carolina, which is where I am. And I was like, perfect. This is, you know, written in the stars. So I booked the appointment with her, and I was super excited for the appointment. I was super happy to have a change done with my hair because I was honestly getting sick of it. I didn't know if I wanted to just wear it straight majority of the time. I didn't know if I wanted to wear wigs. I didn't know if I wanted to curl it. I didn't know if I wanted to dye it. I just knew I needed a change. That is how I booked the appointment, and that is how I found the curl specialist. I was going to record this video and have it done for the Wednesday after I got the cut, but I wanted to sit with the cut and actually style my hair myself after getting it professionally done, just to make sure that 1, I liked it, and then 2, that I knew what I was doing, or knew that I was going into a direction that I knew I was knowing what to do and how to maintain my hair. So it's been 2 weeks and I've styled my hair twice. You can see like some of the curls are like a little bit longer, but I'm not gonna like go and like cut them because it just might be the way I styled it, and it might just, you know, like be the different ways of kind of positioning the hair on your head. So I'm not pressed about that at all. The cost was $200, and that might change in the future, but I know a lot of people might think that's pretty high. But if you think about it, this curl cut, like I won't have to see her for 10 to 12 weeks. So if you divide that by the week, is really not that much. If I see her in 10 weeks, that's $20 a week. If I see her in 12 weeks, that's $16.67 per week. So if you want to save up for that, set aside like $20, $25 in your account like each week to save up for the curl cut. But I think it's a good investment to make when it comes to your hair, because it's also not something that you have to like pop in to see like every week. But if you want to, you can book her to like wash and style your hair. I'm not exactly sure like how long the entire process took. I would say like it would probably take 3 hours. I did record, so that probably added to the time, and I'm not sure if it started like completely right on time. And then like taking pictures afterwards, that adds time. But it was probably like 3 hours. I'll talk more about the breakdown and the time later. Brown Sugar Curl Salon is located in North Charleston. So if you are in the Low Country, if you're in the Midlands, if you're just somewhere in South Carolina, I would consider booking with her because it was a great experience and I highly recommend it. So prior to the appointment, I had to wash my hair within like 3 to 5 or 5 to 7 days and only use like the Uncle Funky's Curly Magic hair product on my hair. So that was something I had to do before the appointment so that I could actually get it properly like analyzed and make sure there weren't like excess products on my hair. So the visit really starts with the wash, and then also kind of talking about like what your hair concerns are, which I did like a client intake form. So I kind of talked to her about like, I wasn't really super focused on like length as much as length retention, because as I explained to her, like at my job and like with just sewing in general, I get so many like different fuzzes and like threads and stuff caught in my hair, and sometimes I don't notice it until late, and that causes my hair to break off. The appointment I booked was for like new clients, or it doesn't have to be new clients. I believe she might be changing the title of her services, but I booked the Elite Curl Experience. So that is a more informative appointment. So you get your hair washed, styled, but she tells you how to detangle your hair in 2 minutes or less, and just how to like properly wash it, set it, all that. So I booked that because, you know, I don't think I've been to like a curl specialist, like someone that just specializes in natural hair. So I wanted to just have the whole shebang. I highly recommend meeting with a curl specialist or getting like a virtual consultation, because I feel like when it comes to natural hair, a lot of the stuff we learned was either from blogs, YouTube, forums. So I think it's just great to kind of like get people that are specialized, professional in these fields to kind of show us the best methods to properly maintain our hair. And she actually said like my hair wasn't in that bad of a state. It definitely needed a cut. I thought I was just lazy when it came to my hair because I just used like one product and went on about my business, but I learned like there was a better way to actually apply that product to my hair, and then like moving forward, like I will know what to do. So I would say like the washing, detangling, that was probably like the longest part of the process. So this part I wasn't taught like how to wash my hair, but I was taught like the best methods of washing my hair, conditioning my hair, and detangling my hair. And I would just say like during the tangling process, like she kind of saw what I meant, like when I was like, yeah, like my hair needs a cut, because like my hair did not want to detangle, and it was just horrible. Like my hair, they wanted to hold hands the whole way through. So we kind of went through that. We went over like what to look for when shampooing your hair, conditioning your hair, and detangling your hair, and like how your hair should look visually during that process. So that was really nice to learn and understand like what to look for when it comes to doing that process of my hair. She told me like how often I should clarify my hair, because I was clarifying my hair a lot more than I should have been, and that wasn't because like I work out so much, and so I just thought like I had to do it more often than I had to. So that I learned that, and then also what products to use, because I honestly have been just using like not the best products, because I'm like, I don't want to, because my thing is I don't want to pay for products just because I see someone on Twitter or someone on YouTube recommending it and have it be expensive, and it's really not what I need just because, you know, it works for them or that's what they say. So I would say like before you spend your money on products, especially, get a virtual consultation at the least. And I asked her a lot of questions about the detangling process and about the center of my hair. Like I believe it's referred to as the crown of my hair, because that is the shortest part of my hair, as well as the tightest part of my hair in terms of like curl. So I asked her about that, and she pretty much just said like you're probably like neglecting it, which I thought as well. But she kind of told me like how to like separate my hair to detangle it, and how to, you know, make sure that you're getting products applied to that hair, to that section of your hair, because that probably is what it is. She mentioned that I probably wasn't paying as much attention to that part of my hair because it's harder to reach, and it's harder to make sure that the products that you're applying actually like reach that part of your hair, because as you see, like it's like a reach versus like here it's like you you know, it's easy, it's more accessible. I'm excited to see how the hair in that section of my hair will grow over the next 8 to 10 weeks. I would say the detangling process of my hair took the longest, and that's like for sure like how I know I needed a cut. And like doing that on my own, not fun. The cut was necessary. Throughout the process, she's telling me like what products she's using, what products she recommends for my hair, that kind of thing. And then also while washing my hair, she's analyzing it for the different attributes that you would kind of categorize your hair into. And it's not like the curl pattern, like the 4A 3C thing. It's not that kind of thing. It's like, this is your porosity, this is your texture, this is like your fineness. I think more so those types of attributes, and not just like, oh, you're like a 4A. That doesn't tell you anything, to be honest. Like, I don't even know what that means. After we wash, condition, and detangle my hair, she taught me how to properly set my hair or style my hair with the products. That began with the Uncle Funky's Curly Magic, and then worked our way to other products. And I would probably do like an updated wash and go routine in the future, and probably an updated twist out routine in the future. But if you want to learn how to properly set your hair and have your wash and goes last you 3 to 5 to 7 days, I would definitely set up a virtual consultation with Nyquetta or any other curl specialist, especially if you can find one in your area, so that eventually you can meet with them in person. But a virtual consultation would be great, especially if you kind of already know what you're doing with your hair, but you just need some extra like guidance. As you can see in the video, like we are setting my hair. So that was a really interesting process, and I'm like getting closer and closer to mastering that. Like maybe on the 3rd try, like I'll be like really set for that. And so like I said, like this is only the 2nd time I've styled my own wash and go, so I might do that wash and go updated video in the future, and maybe a twist out video in the future, because I'm really interested to see how my hair looks without a wash and go. After my hair was set and all the products applied to it, I just sat underneath the dryer, and I did go and buy a hooded dryer. I was using like the bonnet dryer, and I've had a hooded dryer in the past, but I just got like the regular ones that they sell in like Walmart, Target, that, you know, you sit on like your counter or something, sit on your table and you just sit there. I'll do it for like 30 minutes to an hour, and sometimes just like let the rest of my hair air dry, but it really speeds up the time it takes to do your hair. All in all, like especially if you only dry your hair for 30 minutes and then like you wash your hair and set it 30 minutes, your routine might be an hour to an hour and a half, and that's like nothing, especially if you do it once a week. And I'm doing it twice a week. So after my hair was set or styled, I sat underneath the dryer for like an hour, or probably an hour or so, like maybe longer. Then she had me show her 3 pictures of curl cuts that I liked, and I showed her like one of her pictures that she's done, and then also these curl cuts by Protected by Leash, I believe is the account, because I really like the kind of like bevel shape and like the angle shape that she does with some of her clients. Nyquetta was very adamant that I showed her pictures, and I'm kind of like the type that's like, just go and do your own thing, but I understand and I get why she wanted me to show her pictures. My main concern was I'm not the tallest, so I know like everyone can see the back of my head, and so I just wanted my hair to be even. And I also wear my hair in its natural state the majority of the time. I think the last time I got my hair flat ironed was in January of 2020, and the time before that it was May of 2017. So I honestly don't get my hair flat ironed that often. If you are someone that wears their hair in a straightened state, or like more like a stretch state, I would let your curl specialist know, just in case, because I think there are ways that they can kind of work around that to kind of bring some of that balance to like you wearing your hair natural versus you wearing your hair straight, without it being like, you know, such a like drastic cut. I think it can be a little bit more gradual, but I would just let them know if you are someone that wears your hair in different styles like that. So because of that, I wasn't really pressed about my hair getting cut super short, because I don't wear it straight, and I'm fine with it getting cut because I want my hair to be cohesive. I want it to grow together. I want it to grow as a unit, one band, one sound. Some people freak out about haircuts, and I think they think of it as like America's Next Top Model, where they would like get their hair cut and they would get sent home like the next day after like going from like a 30-inch to like a pixie cut. And it's not like that. Like I really do enjoy this cut. Like I've gotten so many compliments, and the only people that have not, I wouldn't say they didn't like it, but they've like had some type of like aversion to it, or people that I don't even really know like that. Because it would be like, it's interesting to see that some people I don't even know that well, have kind of grown attached to my hair, because they're like, oh my gosh, why did you cut your hair? And I'm like, it looks good, but like I can't believe you cut your hair. And I'm like, it'll grow back. And my thing is, I want my hair to grow back. Like, I love this cut, but I want it to grow, like when it does grow, I want it to grow even, because I just don't want that mullet again. The last part of it was the actual cut. And I want to say that maybe took like 30 minutes. It didn't take long at all, but she kept like making sure like, hey, like, are you sure you want to cut? I'm like, just cut it. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I feel like I'm pretty easygoing as a client to have, because I feel like maybe it's because like I work in a creative field. So I understand like, okay, like if I'm an expert in fashion, I'm an expert in fashion. I'm going to like keep, you know, making sure you're cool with this across the way, but it's like I'm not really like pushy when it comes to that. So I was just like cut it off, because, you know, like I'm tired of my hair looking like that and I just want my hair to look good. Overall, I love that my wash and go routine got even shorter. That is my go-to routine, because I feel like I have a busy lifestyle and then I just don't want to spend that much time on my hair, to be honest. And so I just love that my wash and go routine got even shorter and it's gotten more efficient and effective and long lasting, which is superb. Like, it's phenomenal. Love it. A few days after the curl cut, she sent me over a list of like all the products that she used, some like instructions, how to move forward, when to book with her again, and then also like if I want to book with her in the meantime, like I can do that. And she sent me a link. The curl cut, which was the focal of the experience, like really didn't take that long, but it was really nice to see her work and just like put in her expertise into the cut and just like kind of look at the hair, analyze it, understand like what shape to kind of go into and where to like cut pieces and just make it even, which, you know, I love watching people get their hair done. I think it's just such a beautiful experience, especially when it comes to cuts. Like, I just love seeing it, you know, because it kind of looks weird, but like seeing it come together and just form this beautiful shape, form this beautiful like body. I think it's just like it's really an art and it's really a craft. So I love seeing people, you know, do things that they're masters in. So I love my cut to this day. It's only been 2 weeks, but I still love it. I get so many compliments on it. Like, people go, oh my god, it looks so curly, it looks so fun. Like, are you gonna be nervous when you do it yourself? And I'm like, the first time I did it, I didn't do my best work. The second time, which is this time, like it definitely looks a lot better. I did this Thursday, so today is Saturday, so I did this Thursday. I'm getting better at it and I'm super proud of myself. If you are interested in getting a curl cut or curly cut, whatever it is, go ahead and book that appointment. I recommend going to a curl specialist, especially if there's someone that does it by like the credit kinky method. I think that would be great. Don't be afraid to get your hair cut. It's honestly great. It's life-changing and it's such a great experience and it's fun. If you have any questions for me about this video, about my experiences, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in getting a curl cut or curly cut. And as always, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment for more videos. Thank you so much.